Okay, boys, here we go.
Let's go to work, huh?
Let's go.
The Seattle Seahawks made it to the dance.
Holla, baby!
So they'll be doing the tango with a familiar partner. They get a third chance to try and figure out the combination of the San Francisco defense.
Come on.
Better sign that dude from Ocean's 11, because they got one heck of a safe to try and figure out.
This defense is humming.
Frank the Tank is in San Francisco's rear-view mirror at this point. 10 straight wins is beyond streaking.
God, winning is so good, isn't it?
And their opponent this week, they've already beaten them twice. They only gave up 20 points combined. No defense was harder to score on all season in the NFL than the 49ers, so those two games very much fit their 2022 body of work.
You're really a heat-seeking missile.
The first meeting between the two was all the way back in Week 2.
Finish this thing, man. Yep, I'm be back.
I got you.
But the second bout took place Week 15, much more relevant. Most of the pieces in play for that one will be in play this week. Seattle only managed 13 points against San Francisco.
Checks it down to Travis Homer, Jimmy Ward. Out, fumbled, recovered by Charvarius Ward, running back the other way. What a play by Mooney Man!
They couldn't get Kenneth Walker going on the ground. Geno Smith, pretty much nothing but short stuff. DeKalin Metcalf and Tyler Lockett both held under 10 yards per catch. DeKalin, I like it. But he did not like having Charvarius Ward in his back pocket all game. He only managed 55 yards.
Throw out left, and Charvarius Ward all over DK Metcalf. Great coverage there.
And then there is and was the Nick Bosa problem.
Bosa is going to destroy Geno Smith if he's got to hold the ball. I promise you, they cannot block him.
Can't agree more.
NFL sack leader, 18.5 bags, was on Geno's back almost every snap in Week 15. Sacked him 2 times in Week 2, too.
I want to sack the quarterback, dude. Not as easy as it looks.
Is on the back of just about every quarterback he plays, pressuring, hurrying, hitting, planting. My DPOY vote goes to him.
Oh, my power's getting to him now.
Herbert gonna get chased by Bosa and get sacked from behind.
That's a sackaroonie, baby.
So what's changed since they last played? Making matters more problematic for the 12s, their once high-scoring offense enters the playoffs sputtering. Starting with that loss to San Francisco, 4 straight games now without scoring 24 or more points. Under 20 points in 3 of their last 4.
Geno's looking that way, looking left, going to throw toward the back of the end zone. It's intercepted. Geno threw the ball. It sailed over the receiver.
Geno, post that San Francisco loss, a great outing versus a tough Jets defense, sandwiched around 2 duds. He was picked twice by the Rams in Week 18. He comes into this game wobbly.
Off the play fake. Good protection, and it's intercepted by Ramsey. DK Metcalf was the intended receiver.
Metcalf hasn't scored in 4 straight either. Last 2 games, 13 targets total, 4 catches, only 43 yards.
He's going to throw a shot. Oh, DK Metcalf is hammered. That ball was high. So again, just not in sync with DK today.
It's big they got Lockett back after hurting his hand. He scored last week, his 9th of the year.
Smith looking for the end zone and Lockett. Oh, what! And he drops it in. Tyler Lockett with the touchdown. You kidding me?
Also good, they have Walker going. He might be the key to Seattle's hopes. Since the 49ers game, he's gone on a tear. Finished the year with 3 straight 100-plus rush yard games, ended with over 1,000 yards for the season.
And that's Ken Walker, the rookie, who's loose. Walker across midfield, down the sideline he goes.
He's their hottest offensive player, hands down. If he can find a way to keep that mojo going this week, then it could open things up a little for Geno. Problem: no one is rushed for 100-plus yards against the 49ers. Their rush defense is number 1 in yards per carry allowed to running backs. It happens when your linebackers are named Fred and Dre.
Ain't nothing better than be Dre Warner right now. Big play, Dre. Let's go.
If Seattle can flip the script even a little on the matchup on that side of the ball, there's still another problem: stopping an offense that's put up 30-plus points in 5 of their last 6 and have scored 37-plus in 3 straight.
And that is another
George Kittle touchdown. He had 5 touchdowns against Arizona in the last 2 games.
Brock Purdy isn't just sitting behind the wheel, he's got his foot on the gas. 2+ TDs in every game since taking over, 13 touchdowns against 3 picks since week 13, rating of 110+ in 4 of his last 5.
Passes toward the end zone, wide open to the 5, 3, 2, 1, touchdown Ayuk. Oh my goodness, it's 27-0.
Sacks don't bother him. Took 4 last week and was still on cruise control.
Brock Purdy, the final pick taken in this year's NFL drafts. Wonder how everyone else is feeling about that right now. This kid looks amazing today.
And as my friend Jeffrey L. might put it, I guess Brock is positionally pretty cool then, because Seattle has to be good at guarding every type of pass catcher. He likes using them all. On the outside, Brandon Ayuk and Debo. Samuel came back from his injury in last week's game. George Kittle at tight end, CMC out of the backfield. Everyone should be aware at this point, the 49ers passing attack is as diverse as it gets.
Wide open, George Kittle. Touchdown! San Francisco!
McCaffrey was a problem for Seattle both through the air and on the ground in the Week 15 game. He hung a C-no and change on them in rushing currency.
Hand off McCaffrey, big hole, 30, 40, all the way out to the 44-yard line, a gaping hole for Christian McCaffrey.
Seattle's defense has just as many corrections to make as its offense does if they want to turn this game around. They've given up 4.7 a carry to running backs this season, so CMC the runner remains an issue. They've allowed a 100+ rating to running backs as receivers, so that could still be a problem. And they have also given up a fat rate to tight ends. And look at that, Kittle scored 2 times on them last month.
Fake toss, 2 fake tosses, and then to Kittle over the middle. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tell me this guy doesn't look like he's in his 7th year in the league.
Notice we didn't mention Ayuk or any wideouts from Week 15 because they didn't do much versus Seattle.
Give that defense some love now. Give your defense some love now.
And most wideouts don't. That's normal. Michael Jackson and Tariq Woolen, your 2022 cornerback tandem no one talks enough about. Mostly because MJ doesn't get a lot of pub. Who'd have thunk it? MJ's the one not getting a lot of pub.
That throw is intercepted. It's the 2nd pick of the game, and Michael Jackson has this one.
It might help Seattle's cause if they could win the war in the trenches, too. They only got to Purdy once in that game. That's not the norm for the Hawks. They finished top 10 in sacks and created pressure on almost 30% of snaps despite not blitzing very often.
Pressure is on and White. He's going to go down.
Should it be close at the end? 49ers believe in Robbie. It's gold, Jerry. 5 misses this season, 3 in the 40s, 1 in the 20s. 2 for 2 from 50+, 51 his long. The Friday the 13th Halloween guy kicks on the other side. Jason Myers, 34 of 37, 6 for 6 from 50+, 56 his long. Touche, pretty scary.
It is up and it is good. From 56.
Okay, what else should fans know? 49ers backfield is ridiculously deep. Maybe Noah Fant plays a big role because San Francisco's defense has a soft spot for tight ends. Throw down anything else you think is important with a score prediction. That's most important, which is why we have 10 of them.